Everyone, it's me, Poppy Sky2, and today we are going to talk about Sonic OC's fan characters I have created myself and drawn. So, yeah, sorry I haven't uploaded in ages, so let's get started anyway. So I hope you've been excited waiting for me to do my next video. So, first of all, we've got Candy the Chinchilla, and she is the captain of a group called Saviour Squad. In the fan game I've created, I haven't created it animated because I can't animate. See me animate. Ugh, it's horrible. But anyway, back on topic. Sonic and Haunting Venom. The villain I'll talk about later. So the villain is trying to take the Chaos Emeralds and finds out they're on Mobius for universe domination, and also she wants to kill the people who took the mick and did be cruel to her back in the past. Tongue-tied today, don't know what's happening to me. So Candy, a bit more about Candy, is that she has two tails at the back, so she can jump up and use it as an extra jump or something. And also, more about Candy, she has a crush on Sonic, and Sonic also has a crush on her. They just don't know their feelings for each other. And the ears, you're wondering, where are the ears? So the ears are the lollipops, and I didn't want to draw actual proper ears because I thought it would just ruin the design. And in her hair is a gummy heart and a gummy worm, and you're like, wait, what? I just thought it would be a good design choice, to be fair. I like her design a lot. But next is Swift the cheetah. Swift is one of those hypo people, and his powers are stars, like Candy's is, obviously. Candy and Sweets. So, well, Swift has super speed as well. He has but he's even faster than Sonic. So Sonic gets jealous of him sometimes because he is really big-headed. So, and also Swift loves music and he loves to sing, same as Candy and all the others in his group, but he's the most confident singer, and he also plays the electric guitar. And he loves his style as well. So next is Cress the ferret. Cress is the brains of the group, and he builds things like Tails, but he isn't exactly like Tails because he can fight really well too, and he has the power of grass, stuff like that. You can see the references in Pokemon here. So, and Cress's partner is the next one over there, Wake the otter. Now Wake is really, really sassy. Super sassy. She calls everybody who gets something wrong a moron, and to be honest, she's the most annoying character in the whole thing. Out of the whole of the characters I made, she's the most annoying. And Wake has the power of water. So, moving on, Elliot the Hedgehog. And if you think oh, this is a carbon copy of Sonic or Shadow or Silver, it isn't, because I made him to have a really cool personality. Basically, he gets captured by the villains in the game, and we see him in his cell, and that we find out he's actually a spy for, well, himself, to be fair. He just tries to save the world on his own. It fails all the time, and he gets captured all the time because, well, his sarcasm. He gets captured every time because he can't do it on his own because he's just such a wimp all the time. And about Elliot, he always tries to show off a lot, especially to the girls. So he tries to flirt with the girls, but most of them reject him. So next, moving on to the chef of the Saviour Squad, Emmy the red squirrel. She has the power of fire, and her frying pan can also be used as a drying pan. Yeah, that was a bit unsub right now. So anyway, keeping on Emmy, you can see her name origin is from the word ember. So yeah, Emmy, Ember, they sound the same. So next we move on to Glacie the Sabretooth, probably the worst drawn out of the lot. Or well, I have got more on. I've basically done 2 pages of this. So yeah, Glacie is meant to be inspired by like French people, stuff like that, and she has the power of ice, considering Glacie. So moving on, we have Ace the kangaroo. She is very Australian. She speaks in an Australian accent, and if someone does something really mean, she'll just straight away punch him, because she has really good strength, and she is a really good kickboxer and dance fighter. And she is also a mentor to Sparky the Mouse, the next character I'm going to talk about. Sparky has a lightning strike in the middle. It's this because it's his birthmark. And well, Sparky is like always relies on Ace, because well, he doesn't really, because he struggles to fight. And he gets too scared sometimes, like the Avatar from Sonic Forces. So anyway, moving on, Shard the Wolf. To the villains, Shard the Wolf is the punk rock hunk wolf thing. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. And that I just put on Sonic Colors music. Now this is also badly drawn as well, because you can't see her face. I tried to draw her differently, but Gusty the butterfly. She is really stuck up, to the second most annoying, and she always complains about her wings if they're damaged or anything. But however, I do love her design. It is rad. Well, actually, when I picture it, it's rad. Not now, it isn't rad. Well, next we have the classy mage Blair the Lynx. Now Blair just loves style. His powers are like magic cards, stuff like that. He throws sharp magic cards at you in one of his boss battles, flies on his broomstick all the time because he's too lazy to actually do something for himself. And here we get on to the main villain, and she's got a Chaos Emerald in her hand. And this is Venia the Loris. And I make it a girl because we haven't really had a lot of girl villains. So yeah, I'd like to see that from a Sonic game, a girl villain. So what she wants in the game that I pictured, should I say, or imagine, yeah, is well, I've already gone through this, but she gets her hands on this orb called the Orb of Shadows, and it powers her up. Like, basically she turns into a Super Saiyan Sonic, stuff like that, but even stronger. And basically Candy, Sonic have to stop her together. So, on to the next game then. We have another game, Sonic Riders Turbo. Now, I love Bonnie the cat because, I kind of ripped her off of somebody thing, but I didn't actually rip her off because I kind of like altered her design a bit and changed her personality. So she is part of Team Sprinklet, a Sweetono team. And if you don't know what Sweetono is, it's this planet I created for Candy, Emmy to live on, and these characters, and some on the other side. So, Bonnie the cat is a really, really sweet character. No pun intended, because she's named after bonbons. So, yeah. So, basically, Bonnie and her best friend is Coco the dog. Coco is named after cocoa powder, of course, or coconut, depend what one you want it to be. And she's kind of like into like retro stuff like that. So she's into like olden day games. Oh, right. I didn't draw her shoe. I'm not a bad drawer. Please don't hate me for this. Please. So, moving on. To Coffee the Red Panda. Coffee is a very calm and chilled character. He just doesn't particularly care if he loses or wins. So, yeah. Also, Coffee has a crush on Bonnie the cat, and yeah, does win her over in the end. So yeah, that's good news. So next we have Team Sugarelle, and their captain is Carmen the porcupine. Now, what I like about Carmen is that she is sassy yet light-hearted, yet sometimes Sonic in Sonic Colors. When I just played Sonic Colors music before this. So yeah. So Carmen just loves chess. Well, not that chess, just usual chess. And so does chess. Oh my god, this is getting so frustrating because I'm just making this up on the spot. Yeah. I'm making this up on the spot, some of this. Don't judge me. Just don't. You can be like Yellow Yoshi, say, "Oh, you're dumb." Shout out to Vesta and Friends for making me say that. Well, not making me, but you know what I mean. Just type in Vesta and Friends. So next we have Chess the meerkat, and he likes to show off the same as Elliot the hedgehog, but he's a bit more like relaxed than Carmen isn't a spy. And well, his favourite colour is green because he wears a green shirt. I just haven't coloured it green. And well, yeah, that's particularly it about Chess. So this is Toffee the Jaguar, one of my worst drawn in this. I was hoping she'd turn out good. But Toffee is Toffee is a very normal, should I say. She's not too scared or too scared and girly, or too cold-hearted or heartless, stuff like that. And to be honest, she is interesting in a way of her backstory and stuff like that, where she's been bullied into stuff because of her normalness. I don't know. But anyway, we're moving on to a different game now, and hopefully I can do, because I know I can do better on these ones. And this here is Mystic the Husky, the Guardian of the Grand Temple, and I made places up for this as well. So Mystic is ripped off, but yet I gave an alter in her design a bit. So I've added an amulet and stuff like that, and changed her to a husky instead of like a cat or something. So Mystic has the power of like ancient markings, stuff like that, and basically she has telekinesis as well, the same as Silver. So she can also fly for a bit as well, but not fly for too long, or otherwise she gets exhausted. So next we have the Guardian of Mount Frosteria, Aurora the polar bear. And you may think I'm ripping off Aurora the Hedgehog, the fan character, but I'm not. I'm not, because she is totally different. She is really sweet, kind-hearted, and just says try your best on her trial. Considering her in this game, Sonic Discovery, yeah, there are trials. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal trials and 1 grand trial, which is in the Grand Temple with Mystic. So Aurora is the first one you'll come across with, and well, she is really kind, kind-hearted, and well, overall an enjoyable character. So next we have Kartana the Vixen. Now she is OP as hell. She isn't an edgelord or something like Shadow. Shadow the Edgelord makes his debut. Oh, that reminds me of Nathaniel Bandy. Anyway, she is the guardian of Wispy Volcano. This just reminds me of Sonic Colors so much now. Even though I'm showing off Sonic Heroes music. Oh my god, I am getting this so wrong now. Don't judge me. So Kartana is obviously named after a Kartana sword, and as she has one herself. I also kind of ripped this one off, but I did it some alters as well. So I did some alters to her boots and stuff like that. I really like how her dress, how she isn't too tomboyish, but she is a bit tomboyish, and yet sweet at the same time. So next we have Aura the Weasel. So Aura is kind of ripped off, but I changed its design a bit as well. Aura is you'll come face with him in your second to last trial. Kartana is the final trial, and Aura the Weasel, his trial is basically a combat trial, and you have to fight him, and it takes 10 hits to kill him of his life bar, and so that he has 10 hearts. So it must be challenging then. Kartana's one too. So now we move on to Lantern the Lanternfish. This is the first and only fish one on this on this fan character thing, and he is the guardian of the sea coves, and his trial is basically navigating your way to the finish of the longest sea cavern on the planet. I haven't actually named the planet. I'm not prepared for this. I'm totally not prepared for this. Totally not prepared. Totally not. So, so next we have Geo the rabbit. Now Geo is the second trial person, and he is really into comets, stars, shooting stars, asteroids, stuff like that. He loves his telescope, and he's the guardian of Branchleaf Forest, the biggest forest in the planet. You can come up for a name of the planet in the description. So here we have Aero the Hedgehog, and Aero is kind of like Spade in Freedom Planet. If you haven't heard of it, Spade is kind of like a very mixed kind of character. He has mixed emotions for everything. So he can be happy at one point and then totally not at the other. So Aero has the power of green fire. That sounds so cringy. So anyway, Aero and Sonic don't particularly have the perfect chemistry of being friends, but they managed to become friends right at the end of the game, and as they shake hands and finally declare their friendship until the next game, where he kind of turns evil, kind of like troublemaker of stuff again. Well, not particularly troublemaker, but just edgy again. And it isn't a Shadow carbon copy, don't worry. It isn't Shadow all over again, because it isn't. So, oh yeah, forgot to finish off the sleeve. Pooh. So this is I think the final worst drawn one, and don't worry, we're near the end because I know this has been on for a long while now. Stupid ad. So so this is Luther the Echidna. I don't think I said that properly. So she just causes trouble for no reason. She's a bit like Team Skull in Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. They just do whatever they want. Except she has loads of wanted posters around the whole entire planet, and basically her reward for capture is huge, and because the police really want her to stop doing whatever she wants with her villainy. So now this will probably remind you of Princess Elise, and so earlier I showed you off the Saviour Squad. So I gave them their own game, Saviour Squad: The Adventure of Light. So this is Princess Eliza, so close to Princess Elise. Princess Eliza the First, and her nickname the Royal Hoodlum of Light, and she is a panther. And this bow here is really, really important. It is the only thing that can stop the Orb of Shadows, and it runs on the Jewel of Life. So that's why the villain of this game is trying to destroy the Jewel of Life, so the Orb of Shadows can still exist, and his cousin can use it to destroy those to destroy those who despised her earlier. So that's Princess. So Princess Eliza is a really fun character. She's a bit like Cream in a way, but not annoying or anything. She's really independent and really funny too. And I say those are two good traits to have for a Sonic character. Next we have Berry the Elven Hog. Now Berry comes from Suitono, and I made kind of like a thing where it's half elf and half hedgehog. So you can see her ears kind of represent an elf, and then the rest represents a hedgehog. Her favourite thing is waffles and strawberries. You can tell that from Berry. But she loves waffles with like chocolate, cream and strawberries. And well, she is Princess Eliza's best friend and right-hand girl. So next we have Navy the Hedgehog, who I created in Sonic Forces. Yet again, wrong music, so I'll change it right now. Stupid ad. Now it is. Back to the original music. So Navy is a really, really cool hedgehog. And don't worry, it's not a carbon copy of Amy or like somebody like that. She's independent and the leader of her trio of heroes. I haven't named them yet, so you can come up with a name in the comments of what the team should be called, and I'll put it into consideration. So you can see it kind of relates to some of the Avatar stuff, because look, the bow gloves, the blue thingy boots, blue lace boots, and kind of like the same kind of hedgehog hair, stuff like that, and the neck scarves, stuff like that. Navy is extremely strong, but not physically, but mentally and verbally. She is really, really strong and can even break out of the Phantom Ruby's trance. So yeah, that has to prove something. So next we move on to the final four. So this here is Neo the Lion, Neo the Lion, and she is and her powers are summoning her own kind of visual virtual computer that she can only see. And her outfit is also Neo. It's Neo and shines brightly in the night and turns off in the day. And Neo is a massive help to Navy's team. So this is the final person of Navy's team, and it's called Chase the Panda. She used to be a scavenger. She is a scavenger, and Neo and Navy invite her onto the team after she was attacked by some troops from the villain team, and she said she wants to destroy and kill off the villains, and so that's why they brought her along. And plus she has really good fighting skills, and she's really good at stealth. So pick her if you want to be stealthy. So these are the villains. So this is Venia's cousin, Torch the vampire bat. Now Torch is really edgy. and with his spear as well. Torch is very evil, just like his cousin, and basically what he wants to do is just wants to be king of Suitono and leave it in destruction as he likes it, and his partner Venus the raccoon approves of it, but nobody else does. So moving on to Venus. Venus the raccoon is has made a replica of the Chaos Emerald, and yes, a replica of the Chaos Emerald with all of the 7 Chaos Emerald's powers fused into one. That is some Chaos Emerald right there. So yeah, that is really cool. So Venus also has the power of the moon. This just reminds me of Cynthia now from Pokemon. And also, I got the name Venus after Team Galactic in the Sinnoh region, because Mars was originally planned to be called Venus, and I thought Venus would be a really good name for a Sonic character. So that's it for the fan characters, but I'll do some of their voices quickly. So, alright, some carpet, okay. So I'll do some of their voices quickly. I'll just turn off this music. Sorry if they're really bad. You let my Sonic go right now, you mean, ignorant. Ugh. How could you do this to my Sonic? You're gonna pay. Oh god, that just sounded so cringy right now. That was meant to be Candy, by the way. That was meant to be Candy. So I haven't done Swifts. So I've done Wakes, but it will probably sound super cheesy. So here you go. So here I go. Right. It's the Orb of Shadows, you moron! Oh god, that sounded really cheesy right there. So yeah. I haven't got the script on me as well for the game, because you know I create scripts, guys. So right, Elliot the Hedgehog. Let's do this. Will it make you more ugly?